When judges hear divorce cases in courthouses like this one, they have to make a decision. How much will one partner pay the other after the split, and for how long? In a small percentage of cases, judges choose to make those payments permanent. It's something one woman tells me helped her live a normal life, but another man says it brought him to the brink of suicide.
All right, let's talk about the new Florida alimony law and how it may catch fire in other Republican-led states. The measure was called SB 1416, and it's a bill that not even Rick Scott, the former Republican governor, would sign. But DeSantis signed it on June 30th, and it became law on July 1st. It ends permanent alimony. Now, that sounds terrible, and it is terrible for the women of Florida who were counting on having permanent alimony because it's mostly going to affect older women. But there are only 7 states in which permanent alimony exists anyway, and those are Connecticut, New Jersey, North Carolina, Oregon, Vermont, and West Virginia. This law caps durational alimony at 3 years and rehabilitative alimony at 5 years. And as always, alimony is terminated if the receiving spouse gets remarried. Here's the part where it gets a little tricky. This new law also allows a judge to modify prior alimony agreements. And they can modify those based on the age, health, and motivation for retirement of the payer. And it also puts the burden of continuing to prove that you need alimony on the recipient. So even though alimony may have been decided at the time of divorce, it can now be challenged over and over and over again. Now, only about 10% of divorces end in alimony in the first place. You have to be married pretty much more than 20 years for a judge to really seriously consider it. 400,000 people currently across the nation are on alimony, and 98% of them are women. Now, with the abrupt ending of permanent alimony and some of these changes in ability to legally challenge things, older women in Florida are saying this new law is going to absolutely ruin their lives.
In the wake of a momentous decision by Governor Ron DeSantis, a profound sense of disillusionment can be observed as the same women who claim to be strong and independent can no longer use divorce as their retirement plan. Because of this, there has been outrage flooding social media. However, there are some women who support this.
We are strong, independent women. We don't need no man. Women also. Yeah, there's an outcry over taking away lifetime alimony.
And women who don't.
So on today's War on Women, Ron DeSantis signed a bill to end permanent alimony. Let's be honest who this majorly affects. Senior citizen women living in Florida. And there's a lot of senior citizen women living in Florida depending on alimony. And the reasons they were awarded permanent alimony are various, right? Some women have disabled children that they couldn't go out and work, so the judge awarded the woman permanent alimony because of this. There are so many reasons why a woman would be awarded permanent alimony. But once again, we see the patriarchy making legal decisions that oppress women.
How can a bill designed to inflict harm and perpetuate hatred against women find its way to approval? It's a bewildering truth that demands our attention. Regrettably, it appears many remain blind to the harsh reality. Despite the fact that the significant majority of divorces are initiated by women, society seems unwilling to acknowledge that women are capable of misdeeds.
After Christoph Leibrecht and his wife split, he says the judge's ruling was devastating.
What they want is $10,300 per month, permanent alimony.
It's a cost Leibrecht says he had no way of paying. And after draining his $2 million inheritance, Leibrecht says it wasn't enough.
Or the lawyer needs $55,000. You have a $55,000 purge, so they took my house.
12 days in jail is what Leibrecht says he got for not being able to pay his court-ordered alimony payments. Now he lives in Maine, where he hopes lawyers won't come after him.
This whole process literally did bring me to the brink of suicide.
Senate Bill 1922 would not only make permanent alimony illegal, it would also cancel Leibrecht's payments retroactively.
In a world where the security of prenuptial agreements appears rock solid, there is a chilling truth lurking in the shadows. These contracts, intended to safeguard one's assets, can crumble under the relentless scrutiny of the court.
But I also spoke with Jan Killeley, who says permanent alimony actually saved her after her divorce.
I was married 25 years and gave up a career to raise a family in a traditional marriage.
Killeley started a website advocating for women like herself. She doesn't want the bill to take away the payments that helped her rebuild her life.
I know how difficult it is to reinvent yourself at 50 years old with a 25-year-old resume.
It's evident when they get divorced. They seek a financial extortion so they can live their lives devoid of basic responsibilities. Do not let them fool you. They are perfectly capable of providing for themselves, but they choose not to. Instead, they opt for the corrupt justice system to drag their ex-husbands through hell and back and extort him for the rest of his life.
Let's take a brief moment to just appreciate this for what it really is, shall we? So a man likes a woman so much that he's willing to spend his own hard-earned money to fly her out to see him. Now, I'm sure a lot of women would be rather flattered and very appreciative of the amount of effort that a man is willing to put in just to see her and to spend some time with her. But no, in this case, it seems that someone is wanting to put their full audacity on display on the internet for everyone to see by complaining about the airline that was chosen, because somehow that airline wasn't up to their high standards. It's no small wonder that a lot of men aren't putting forth the effort that a lot of women wish that they would, or any effort at all, because this is the reaction that they are getting and that they are seeing.
I didn't like his beard, so I took matters into my own hands.
No!
Here, let me fix it for you. He was devastated.
Why would you do that? What if I took that and I cut your hair off?
I told you I didn't like your beard.
This is obviously so messed up, and the amount of self-control that that man displays is honestly worrisome, because it tells me that this is not the first time something completely inappropriate like this has happened. And this man already made all of the good points, because he's right. If he had done this to her, it would be seen as abusive. And on top of that, there is literally no woman in the world that would remain this calm if her husband or boyfriend or loved one did this to her. She would flip out, because we all know that this is absolutely crossing a line. But what's most worrisome is that her display of control over his physical features, she doesn't understand that it's not okay, even when she's listening to all of the solid points he's making. That is a woman that is never going to see the logic, and I feel sorry for that man.
If you enjoyed this video, I promise you'll enjoy this next video. I will see you there.